Yep. Let's rock and roll. So, folks, we got some business to cover. Get ready. I want to make sure what we want to do right now is we want to make sure that you understand what's going on. As you guys know, Ibuumerang operates on what we call the IT factor, which is integrity and transparency. And so we always let you guys know what we're doing. And we know that you've suffered an inconvenience this week because we had to take it down to make it better. Remember what happened to me at the beginning of this episode? Remember what happened? My camera stopped working, and the only way to get it fixed was to shut my whole computer down and start all over again. And so there's some things that we've been wanting to do for you that the only way to be able to do that has been to shut it down and start over again. And so we're going to talk about that today with regard to payment processing and the enrollment system. So our objective has been to create more ways to pay. For example, even during this Zoom, I've been getting a private chat from different leaders in different places saying, we've got people who don't have credit cards and they want to be a part of Ibuumerang. Or in Europe, we've got people who use different payment systems who would like to be a part of Ibuumerang. How do we make that happen? And we've been looking at all sorts of ways, and the big challenge with integrating them has been that they ran counter to our enrollment process, right? You know, just the simplest way I can state it is, let's assume our enrollment process goes this way. Some of these payment systems and different ways to pay go this way. And we could never reconcile them with the way that our system works. So this is an opportunity right now for us to actually shut it down, rework it, and now get everything working. And so I've got some good news for you. As of this very moment, enrollments are turned on, and I'm going to explain to you in what fashion. So you can do enrollments, but you cannot do back office purchases. So new people can enroll, okay? But you can't upgrade, you can't do subscriptions from within the back office, you can't buy boomerangs, not just yet. Give us a couple more days. All right, so our objective, more ways to pay, easy to pay, right? So people who had some credit cards and sometimes our payment processor doesn't like your card, we want to give you some options, some other ways. Okay, well, that doesn't work, we do this. And it's easy and it's not so frustrating, okay? And always, we want it to be secure. We don't want anybody to have problems with security with their payment method. So in order to achieve the objective, we had to rebuild the transaction flow so that it can accommodate these different payment types. And we had to do what we do, which is what? Establish new and innovative partnerships, because that is what Ibuumerang is all about. Innovation. Let's see that in the chat. Innovation, everybody. I want to see it right now before I go to the next slide. Innovation. 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 Because that is what we're about. Like Holton Bugs, our CEO says, we provide the innovation, you provide the entrepreneurship. Okay, so this is us providing the innovation. And by the way, wait till you see some of the innovation that we bring you at Vision. Okay, next. So this is two phases. Phase one is now. Right now, we have secured and executed a partnership with an innovative company called Unicrypt and their partner, Banksa. We're going to talk about that in detail because that's what's live right now. And because it's a partial solution, now this is actually the supplemental solution. It's kind of like you're getting your dessert first, right? Normally you eat your main meal, your entree, and then you get your dessert. The main meal is taking longer to execute, so the dessert is being served first, and that's Unicrypt, the Banksa partnership. We also have executed a Cash App solution to supplement Unicrypt, and That is right now. Phase 2, which is going to take us potentially another 2 to 3 weeks, and of course we always try to go faster, is we're making an upgrade to our traditional credit card processing, which is simply your ability to use Visa and MasterCard and knock things out. Now, you can use Visa and MasterCard with Unicrypt, as you're going to see in just a moment. Are you guys ready? Stay with me. Okay, we're going to try to make this as simple and not complicated as possible. All right, so let's talk about Unicrypt and Banksa. Now, I'm going to say this a few times. We made a video to explain the process, okay? And that video is on Ibuum Hub. If you go to Ibuum Hub, and you click Resources, you'll see a choice called Payment Options. You'll click on that and you can see this video. Homework assignment. Immediately following flight school today, we want everybody to watch the video. It's about 3 minutes long, okay? Now, what we're doing is we're having that video inserted in the process. It's not there right now because we're working on different time zones. Our Unicrypt partners are in Europe. So while we were working on this, they were sleeping. But later today, they will put this video in the process right at the very beginning before a person gets deep in it, so that your new people who are enrolling can watch the video and understand what they're about to see, okay? That way they will feel comfortable about completing their transaction, okay? So we want you to watch the video, because every one of you who does your first time transaction, if you do an enrollment or if you do a back office purchase later next week, once we turn those on, you will experience Unicrypt and Banksa. Now, what we've done is we've partnered with this cool company called Unicrypt. And what they do is they help us meet the more ways to pay objective, okay? And the way they do that is they leverage blockchain technology to securely deliver payments. And so here's the cool part. Try not to get too excited, people. I know some of you guys are about to lose your mind, but depending on your country, depending on your currency, now there's a bunch of ways to pay, okay? With Unicrypt, you can use your Visa or your MasterCard, all right? So if you're in the United States, if you're in Canada, Hong Kong, it's like Russia, Norway, whatever that other country is, you can use credit cards. You can use credit cards anywhere with Unicrypt, okay? But if you're in Europe, some of the people in Europe use this thing called SEPA, which stands for Single Euro Payments Area. And they can do that from their phones. They use it. It's kind of like Cash App in the United States, SEPA. It's kind of like Zelle in the United States, SEPA. Well, guess what? Europe, you can now use SEPA with Ibuumerang, all right, by virtue of this Unicrypt partnership. There's another version of that called Ideal. Guess what? In Europe, you can use that too. In Great Britain, you can use SEPA. You can use the bank transfer. And Australia is about to go crazy. Here we go, Australia. You ready? Look at all the different ways you have. You have Poly. You have Australia Post. You have BPay. You have Pay ID. Check this out, folks. You even have News Agent. And in Australia, that means that they can go to wherever they see this News Agent Pay Zone logo, and they can pay cash. And their cash will get to Ibuumerang, and they will be able to enroll. So this is super cool. And of course, because it's technology-based, it's a little bit different, okay? And now we got people in the chat saying, what about my country? What about my country? What about my country? Hey, we're going to get to all the countries. Why? Because now that we have reworked our enrollment flow, we can now add on more different ways to pay in all these different countries. I mean, people sent us ideas for ways to pay that work in Africa. We couldn't do it because it went contrary to our enrollment flow. But guess what? Now we can look at all of these different ways to pay. I want the leaders in these markets to make sure if there's a way that a lot of people are using in your region, you got to let us know. Okay? Float it up through your diamond. Your diamonds will get it to Mr. Haynes. Mr. Haynes will get it to me. And we want to know if you are in this country, if you are in this area, and that country has a thing, right? Like Australia has POLI, like Europe has SEPA. If your country or your region has a thing, let us know what it is, and we will explore it, and if we can integrate it, we will. Okay? Why? Hashtag innovation. Hashtag just different. All right? So let me tell you how this works. It's very simple. Check this out. You use your credit card, your debit card, or any of these ways that we just talked about to pay, right? So you're going to work through Unicrypt with your credit card, your debit card, or any of these things, IDEO, SEPA, bank transfer, whatever. And here's what Unicrypt does to make it simple for Ibuumerang. Unicrypt sends Ibuumerang your payment in Bitcoin, okay? And by the way, if you have Bitcoin and you want to use that, you can use that too, right? But you don't have to. This is not about you getting into crypto at all right? This is not you getting into crypto. You're going to use your card. You're going to use SEPA. You're going to transact, and Ibuumerang is going to get Bitcoin. That's the way of taking all those different ways and turning it into one thing that Ibuumerang can work with. Okay? So hopefully you guys understand that. That's how that works. It's very, very simple. So I don't want you guys getting all freaked out because we're not a crypto company. We're not becoming a crypto company. It's just a transaction. It's what we receive. And so already some people have successfully, they tried to enroll. And they went through the process with Unicrypt. And they used their credit card. And guess what? They used their credit card. Ibuumerang got Bitcoin. We're good to go. All right? All right, perfect. Let's rock and roll. Now, I want to explain this because it's different. And I don't want anybody to get freaked out. Okay? So we want to share this with you so you know what you're going to see. It's like I went to the doctor. I had a little bit of an outpatient procedure. And here's what they did so I wouldn't get freaked out. They said, hey, here's what's about to happen. All right? So we're going to do the same thing with you. Here's what's about to happen when you transact with Unicrypt. Okay? During the process, you're going to see two companies. You're going to see Unicrypt and you're going to see Banxa. All right? These are the partners for this method of payment. So this is what you're supposed to see. Now, if it's your first time using Unicrypt, which for all of you, it will be, you're going to need to complete a simple identity verification process. This also means that your new people who are enrolling, who right at this very moment, using this system, they are going to have to complete a simple identity verification process. And it is very simple. And it is there to keep you secure. It is there to protect you. It is there to protect your Ibuumerang business. And guess what? You only have to do it one time. It's just simply because it's your first time using this. All right? So if you look at the screen, if you look at the picture, it's going to say, we've noticed it's your first time. You need to complete your identity verification. Okay? Now, you're going to need to verify your ID. And they give you three choices: passport, driver's license, or identity card. If you use your driver's license, like I did, you're going to have to take a picture of the front and the back. All right? Here's the thing. It has to be a clear picture. It has to be where all the words and all the numbers can be easily read, because this process is all using AI. Anybody know what AI stands for? Artificial intelligence. So the AI has to be able to read it. Okay, so make sure the picture is clear. All right, now there's a glare detector built into the system. And it'll pop up, it'll say glare detected, because sometimes you have the lights are above you, there's a little glare in the picture. Here's what I discovered. If you get the glare detected message, but you are confident that your picture is clear and that your picture is readable, go ahead and click continue. All right? It's really just a guidance. It's not stopping you. Okay. Now, you're going to need to take a selfie. This freaked me out because they want you to take a selfie so that the AI can see if the you match the picture on your driver's license or your passport or your identity card. And my driver's license picture doesn't have a beard. And so I'm like, okay, I wonder if this is going to work. And you just put your face in the circle, you take the picture, and you know what? It was cool. It worked. All right. Now, the next thing is when you get to the selfie part, you have to allow Unicrypt and Banksa to access the camera on your phone or your computer if that's how you're going to do it. So just make sure you allow it. Click allow. When you get to the personal details section, this is a simple thing. Make sure that the information that you put in matches what's on your ID that you used. Okay? So in my case, my driver's license still has my old address. So I had to make sure I put my old address here. And if your billing address for your credit or your debit card is different from your ID, don't worry, you can fix it on the next part. All right? Now, if you're using your credit or your debit card, remember to only use personal cards, okay? If you have a business card or a company card, you cannot use that. You have to use a personal card. All right, I know some of you are not going to be happy about that, but at this time, that is what it is, okay? And at the bottom of this particular page, the pay with credit or debit card page, that's where you get to fix your billing address, okay? And by the way, those of you who are choosing a different payment, you would have already chosen that. You'll still have to go through the verification process, but you follow the steps to do a SEPA transfer. You follow the steps to do BPay or Poli or whatever, okay? Now, for Visa and MasterCard people, your first transaction may require additional verification. Mine did, all right? It said, your purchase requires additional verification. We apologize for the inconvenience. Please contact Chase customer service for more information. So I dial the number. And that's all you got to do. Dial the number. It took me, I was on the phone with Chase for 1.5 minutes. It was really a fast conversation. They wanted to confirm that I was intentionally making this transaction. The name on the transaction is BTC Corp Unlimited. And once I verified that, I was able to complete my transaction. And since I'm part of the test crew, every time I've done it since then, I have not had to do this. So it's only the first one, okay? I tried it literally just before flight school, signed up again. Anybody want me to sign up in your group? I signed up again, and it went through no problem, and I did not have to do the verification the second time, okay? Now, you guys still with me? If you're with me, say I'm with you. I want to see it in the chat. If you guys still with me, say I'm with you. Okay, cool. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Now, let's get down to a couple of details that you need to know. This works in 140 countries around the world. So that's crazy exciting that we now have a way, right, for lots of people. And again, we're not done yet. We're going to add more ways, but this is just a first step, okay? But I need to talk to some folks in the United States for a second. There are 11 states in the United States that this does not work in. And it is because your state has big regulations for crypto. So we have a temporary solution for you in these states. Those states are Connecticut, Hawaii, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Mississippi, Nebraska, New Mexico, New York, Oklahoma, West Virginia. The other 40 states are no problem. These 11 have some higher regulation. So what we've done is we've put a temporary Cash App solution in place for those folks, okay? And I call it temporary because in 2 to 3 weeks, we will have a traditional payment processing upgrade finished, and they will just be able to use their cards like they normally do. Okay, So in the meantime, we have a Cash App payment form that we've developed. It is on Ibuum Hub, resources, payment options. That's where it is. You fill this form out securely online. We have a partnership with DocuSign. So this is an encrypted form. When you give us your information, it is secure, all right? All you do is fill out the form. You can use it to enroll. You can use it for upgrades. You can use it for monthly subscription. Choose which one, fill out only the appropriate section, as you can see on your screen. Pay via Cash App first, all right? So fill out your form, stop, pay with Cash App, then click submit. Customer service will complete the order for you once we verify your payment. This is for the United States only. And also, someone asked about the manual transaction code, manual transaction form. That will not be live until we turn on the traditional payment processing upgrade. Okay. Yvette says, is it possible to use Cash App in the other states? Yeah, if you are having difficulty with the Unicrypt anywhere in the United States and you want to use Cash App, you can. Okay. All right. So let me go over the timeline for you. And then I'm gonna give you guys some additional detail on this as well as we go, because I can't give you everything. But by the way, when you use Unicrypt, because the transaction starts in one currency and it ends in Bitcoin, there's a delay in the confirmation in Ibuumerang receiving the funds. Same thing if you do a SEPA bank transfer, it might take 30 minutes or even an hour for Ibuumerang to get the money. So here's what we're doing. We're putting a person who uses this method of payment into the tree. Okay, we're gonna put that person in the tree anyway, and we're gonna give them a blue circle with no volume. Okay, so they'll be sitting there, and when their transaction clears, their circle will turn green. All right, so we want you to know that. Our tech team is finishing that part up right now. Also, I want you to know that we launched this so that you guys could go ahead and get to enrolling people, but we still have to fix the connection between this and the World Series. And so your World Series numbers won't be right this weekend, but we are going to fix, we'll run an update on Monday that will fix the World Series numbers. So as far as the timeline is concerned, right? And also we have not run subscriptions yet for the month of August. As you saw from our note that we published, we are temporarily giving you active status so that it doesn't affect your commissions. But we will be running August commissions very likely by the end of next week. Okay, so everybody's still going to have to do an August commission. Just be patient, and we will. August subscription, and we will take care of that fee. So as far as the timeline is concerned, enrollments only are available right now. New enrollments, nothing else. New enrollments by means of Unicrypt and Cash App. By Tuesday, you'll be able to do back office purchases via Unicrypt or Cash App. And what's a back office purchase? Again, those are upgrades, subscriptions, boomerangs, etc. And within 2 to 3 weeks, you'll be able to do everything, and you'll have multiple choices. You'll have the traditional processing as well as Unicrypt, so you can choose. All right, so that's what we're working toward. We appreciate you guys being patient. We appreciate you guys sending us all sorts of positive vibes and great energy as we work on this. We appreciate your trust that we're putting together this something that's innovative, that's going to make us a better company. I love what Holton Bugs has been telling us all week. All week, he's not just a great network marketing leader. He's a great corporate leader, and he's been working with me and with our IT team and our marketing team and everybody who's involved in making this happen, and just reminding us, hey, this process is about making us better, right? We go through this, we come out significantly better. It kind of reminds me, I'll tell you a quick story, then I'll be done. It reminds me of my son.